Crash Course Live is presented by
Smash It Demolition Derbies, who host Bash for Cash, Blizzard Bash, and Capital City Carnage. Online at smashitderby.com. And Stirring Dirt Racing, hosts of Maymania's team show at the Golden Spike Arena in Ogden, Utah. Online at stirringdirtracing.com.
Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel and Derby Inc. Magazine. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now your host, Chris Marquardt.
Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast. Tim Ellison giving the blow-by-blow in the background. You probably heard him. You just can't get him to stop talking about Derby as long as he's awake. He had one of the best weeks ever of anybody at the Seneca County Fair, so we're going to have him in to talk about that here on episode number 283. Thanks a lot for joining us here. We're at the North Park building at Academy Square. Excited to have everybody along for the ride tonight. Brian even made the trip in. He said that he had the most enjoyable Saturday Night Derby experience of his life this week.
I did. It was pretty nice. I sat at home in the air conditioning watching Desiree Osterhout go YouTube Live from Seneca County, and I could turn the volume down so I didn't have to hear the grandstand champions.
Yeah, there you go. The grandstand, I like that. I love that one. That is awesome.
It was enjoyable. I missed the on-track action bad. I always miss on-track action when I don't go, but
I heard numbers were down, but the action was up.
I can't count for who was there or what was there. I mean, I thought the big car feature was pretty fast-paced, hard-hitting.
That was one of the fast paces I've seen down there in a while.
Yeah,
it was. They said go, and everybody was on it. It was. I was surprised because I was ready to lay back a little bit because after last year, I didn't want to go out there hot and heavy again. As soon as they say go, everybody else is just like, let's go. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it was fast paced, but and I made a post Sunday morning. I get up, go to work at 6:15. I messaged him, congratulated him. Get up at 6:15 Sunday morning to go to work and checking my Facebook and going over stuff. And isn't there somebody on there bitching about Waterloo already and how Timmy was sandbagging?
In all classes.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and I thought about it all day. I didn't, you've taught me, Chris, to think and not just react. You've really worked on me with that, a lot of stuff. Think, don't just react. So I did. I thought about it all day. And, I feel like...
You decided the best thing to do was text him a picture of your middle finger.
I wish.
Listen, did you see what I posted a picture of?
Yeah.
The trophies.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't tell you how many different comments I typed out, and then I just deleted all of them.
Smart move.
And I just kept typing, and then I deleted it. Type another, because somebody else would say something, and then I'd type it out, and then I would just delete it. Because it's not even worth it.
And that's the thing.
Honestly, if you think if I was sandbagging that much, come next year, bring a car. I'll be out there in every class.
We've heard that.
I will
before.
hit you just as hard as anybody else.
And that's honestly the thing that annoys me the most about Waterloo is there's always detractors. This guy did that. This guy had this guy. And that's what has wore me out at running my hometown fair.
But doesn't that bother you more because it's your hometown fair? Because we have been all over the country, and it is the exact same thing. It doesn't bother you as much because it's not your fair. It's not the people that you know.
I don't think so. I don't think it is as bad. Like the biggest derby I've ever run was Coos, and there was. Until the call at the very last hit of the night, there wasn't any bitching or complaining.
Let me back that up. We've been to some of the biggest shows.
No, he said the one he's ever ran.
Country.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
We've been to, in person, some of the biggest shows in the country. We haven't been to the county fairs around the country.
Yeah.
And I thought of this I thought of this on the way in here. I, like you, am a member of a lot of different pages or whatever you want to call it for, and Northeast is a pretty big page. I mean, they got 20-some thousand people on it.
Right. Is that how many they're up to now?
I think so, yeah. And I think it's over 20. And I don't recall any other fairs the morning after somebody getting on and bitching about Waterloo or bitching about their hometown fair. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I just don't recall it.
It wasn't the morning after, bro. It was the same night.
Okay, well, for me, it was the morning after. I went to bed and got up to go to work. And that's the frustrating thing. I mean, you can say whatever you want about Tim Ellison, and I have, but
Yes.
but Tim Ellison has worked his ass off through his entire Derby career. He always is dragging 2, 3, 4, 5 cars to the Derby.
I brought 7 this year for myself. Myself.
I mean, to take anything away from him is just it's not fair. I mean, he's worked on it so hard. He's won Compact. He's won the Junk Run, and then just to try to take it away from him. It's not fair, If you want to go talk to your friends and run them down, then hey, so be it. But why would you do something to run it down? I mean, it's like Donnie Hartzell. Donnie runs 100 cars a year usually. Now that he's working for a living, getting on the road, he isn't. But Donnie's another one, and Tim kind of followed his footsteps. I mean, usually they run all the classes and all the heats and everything, and that's the thing that annoys me about my hometown. I mean, I love the on-track action, and I love the majority of people that go there in Derby, but there's just a handful that just every year have got to detract. And, we could do this, but you'd never see these guys on the track. You never see them, coming out there to show their greatness or to show what they can do. It's just, it's frustrating. I mean, I'll probably go back next year, but
Me too.
You got to go back and defend everything.
That's what I
defend
said.
everything, but
Yeah.
and that's the frustrating part. I mean, like I said,
I already bought my future car today.
sweet from your
my big car
brother.
for next year. Yep.
Nice.
I already bought next year's car.
With that 10,000 that you won at the fair?
Yeah, I wish.
But I mean that's the
That's the
thing.
case. I'd have bought them all.
Now, was it one of the complete cars, or is it one of the frames that was
No,
up by
I
his
got
garage?
I got the complete car.
All right, just wondering.
No, I got the complete car.
I bought some pieces and parts off of, and there's the frame here, and there's another frame here, and frame is this because
There's
it's that.
frames. There's frames and clips everywhere
God,
because
yeah.
we're in the middle of moving right now.
Oh, okay.
From our shop down the road.
Okay.
We the guy that owned that, he passed away.
Oh, okay.
So, and he was an older guy. And his kids actually took over all of his estates, and his kids are trying to get everything together.
Mm-hmm.
So they asked us if we could be out by the end of July, just because.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because I don't know what their plans are or whatever, but they were cool enough to give it. I mean, he died a couple months ago, so they gave us a few months, and
That's cool.
we got stuff. Actually, that's what Wayne's supposed to be doing right now is moving cars, moving the rest of his cars.
Yeah,
We already moved. We already moved 10.
Yeah.
And he still got.
Yeah, there's a nice stash. I went out there and checked them out.
My boy made notice of all the stuff that was parked at your house. He says he can't drive all those. He might try.
Listen, that we'll get into that. That was.
So I just want to point out that Brian has definitely put a lot of thought into thinking before, a lot of effort into thinking before reacting, because Toby's here and Brian didn't go after him, which I thought was cool.
That was last year. I was mad at Toby.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think that was
Just
a rough
ask
one.
everybody water though.
We're past that. Stop trying to bring old stuff up, Chris.
Trying.
Come on, I had a lot better year this year. Why are you going to do that to me?
So let's shift gears and go to Wednesday night. Wednesday night was the figure eight race with that Toby picked up the win. That was your first figure eight race, if I remember.
I did it a couple years ago with a Honda Civic, but I didn't have much luck. It made it out of the heat, but didn't do so hot in the feature.
Better luck this
That's
year.
the year he pulled on the track and the throttle got stuck wide open. He had to pull right back off.
First time I ever pulled on the track at Waterloo, and I had to pull right back off.
That sucks. But this year went a little better.
Yes.
How was the figure eight race as a whole?
It was-
There were some challenges at the end.
Yeah, I mean, just getting out there was nice. In the heat, couldn't have gone any better. I was up front, got the early lead, took it all. I mean, the feature guy ended up doing the last 5 or 6 laps by myself.
Kyle.
Yeah, I got to thank
destroyed
Kyle Wilkins.
everybody.
He was going out there and just
Kyle,
laying
there was
everybody.
nobody else moving at the end, just Toby. Kyle literally destroyed
Yeah,
every
it
car
was-
on the track.
That's what
It was definitely nice.
Yeah, the Seneca
And the
County-
sad thing is, he wasn't doing, when I ran and I was going backwards and I was hitting everybody, Kyle wasn't doing that. Kyle was actually trying to run the figure eight. It just, he was more aggressive than everybody else.
Not hard to believe.
Was there a point where it started to occur to you that you might be in the right places at the right time? The fact that everybody around you was getting knocked out and
I mean, after Bill Poland's car went up in blazes, there was only 4 of us left at that point, and then after that, actually, 2 of us only ended up moving. So and
Yeah,
then the one
after
guy
the red
left reverse,
flag.
and I put him in the wall, and that was it.
Yeah.
How much was your car labored? I mean, doing 5 laps by yourself, it seems like you could play into your head a little.
Honestly, I was amazed at how well the car ran.
Listen,
It was.
he's the only person on the track, and he's got me over there yelling at him, telling him to relax, because he's gonna blow the car up, and he's the only one racing.
Slow down, take
Yeah,
it easy.
it was a rev limiter the whole time.
I got to take him to the races more often, because when they do like this, that means you got a far enough lead. Not Toby. He's right to the wood the whole time.
I'm lapping everybody as much as I can.
Were you laps down in the feature to the leader?
No. He got passed. That's what everybody said. He got passed at one point,
Yeah,
and then
that
the
was
next
the heat.
lap, they all kind of wadded up in the first corner, and he went right to the inside back around all of them. So, but everybody did think that he was a lap down at first, but no.
Yeah, but that was the heat. The feature, nobody.
No, the feature, the one guy got by you.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
All right, well.
They schedule a distance, so you have to run the full distance, whether there's everybody else out there or not. And the other issue is if you are a lap down and you're scored a lap down, you have to pass that guy before you start counting laps again.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
one way or the other, the car was there for you. I mean, where's this fall in terms of wins? Winning at your hometown fair is a big deal.
Oh, definitely. It was nice to bring home a feature win. I mean, especially at a young age. Like you said, Tim's been at it for years. Brian was at it for years before they finally won something. I mean, I understand it wasn't a derby, but it's still a feature win at the hometown.
Wilkins turned it into a derby.
Oh, definitely.
It reminded me a lot of the first time I ran figure 8 when I was watching them guys out there. I'm like, man, is that what it looked like when I ran that year? Except for I went backwards.
That's funny.
So
Why did you go backwards?
it was my first time ever on that track on any car. That was the first time I ever got in any car. No, I just thought I was going the right way and everybody else was going the wrong way. Remember, they were flipping me off and everything that year.
That is interesting. Somebody ended up having to get cut out of their car
Oh, yeah.
in that one, right?
Yeah.
Was it in the feature?
No, it was
a
the
Conti.
second heat.
Was it there or was it I thought it was a Conti.
No, it was the second heat because it was before I even had the
No,
chance
you were
to go
in
out.
the second heat, fool.
No, I was in the third heat, fool.
Whatever.
A lot of love over there.
Yep. Oh, this ain't nothing.
Freaking Timmy Red Bull over here is telling Toby to calm down.
Red Bull needs to sponsor me. Man.
Was
The past 11 days we lived on Red Bulls.
Oh, God, yeah.
Who usually runs Howie? Did Howie just come show up?
I think that Kevin ran, but I'm not sure if Howie actually ran this year.
I don't think he did.
I know the
I didn't
kid
see
that
him in
actually
the car.
got hurt. I think he was with Howie and them guys.
Okay.
But as far as Howie running, I don't think Howie ran this year
No.
because he actually sponsored the compacts on Saturday,
Okay.
and he was up there to give us our trophies and stuff. But I mean, he had his jacket on like he always does.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like he ran.
He sponsored that the last several years.
Did he?
Yeah, he sponsored for a while.
Well, this is the first time I've ever seen him up there actually handing out the trophies. So that's what makes me think that he did not run
Because
this
usually
year.
he's collecting them.
Yeah?
He's got a couple
It's hard to
down
give
there.
yourself a trophy.
No, it's not here. Thank you.
Awesome. How'd the rest of the week go for you?
All right. I mean, Saturday night, I brought my big car back after putting it back together. Thank you, Brian.
No problem.
Yeah,
Went
thanks,
out.
Brian. Appreciate it. A lot of work. Thank you.
Ended up going out in the heat, winning my heat. Got down to fourth in the compacts. Ended up losing my drive tire and got stuck in the mud.
Don't
And
lie.
then-
Don't lie. Tim hit you. He
Yeah,
left you there.
yeah. Tim broke off 2 out of the 4 of my stacks on my compact. Nice guy he is.
Nice.
And then I ran into some electrical issues. Ended up frying my battery, burning up the solenoid and the feature of the big car. So that was the end of my night.
That sucks.
But going back to what you guys said earlier about Tim building 7-8 cars, it's not only his cars that he builds. Shit, I showed up 4 years ago and he helps me every year on top
4
of
years ago,
everybody
he ain't
else's
left
cars. It's
I
not only his
built
cars.
15 cars this month.
Yeah.
All for Seneca County?
Nope.
Oh.
I built the Eldridge boys. I built their 2 cars for Penyan. Well, I can't say I built them. I did all the welding on them, and I did put their bumpers on them. Justin's, I did a little more to Justin's than I did Jamie's, just because Justin ran a Camry.
Oh.
So that's my thing. I mean, I love Camrys, and I love to play with them, see what will work and what won't work.
His was nasty, tough opinion.
And I've never actually got to run a Camry with a big bumper on it yet. So with Justin actually trusting me to do it to his car, that felt awesome. You know, they're my cousins, yes, they're family, and I would do it for them regardless. But to him to actually be like, hey, you know, I know you know what you're doing a little bit with the Camrys. You know, you seem to have good luck with them. Do you mind putting a bumper on the front for me? No problem, kid. Bring it over. He says, I don't care what you do. I trust you. I'm like, all right. So I went to town, and it actually held up. I was surprised.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it ripped that brand new stainless stack. That was brand. I just put that stack on and never been ran before.
Yeah, junk that. I can't drive underneath other cars.
But no, yeah, and I built little Jamie's car. His car didn't hold up so well.
No.
He got
Seger,
I think.
Seger, yeah, he met Lee. He met Lee in front of Lee's car.
Corner to corner.
It didn't work out so well.
No, he was
well, I guess Jamie pulled out in front of him. Lee was heading down the other end of the track, and Jamie pulled out of nowhere, and Lee got him.
Yeah, it hit him like right on the corner.
Yeah, and it stuffed the passenger side all the way up in. And it's junk.
Yeah,
Justin's car is still straight, though. I was surprised. It held up.
Even with a big bumper on it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's still the frame never buckled, never bent, never nothing on it.
He was dry. He was making some nice hits. It was a tough car.
And it was actually like a whole new learning experience, not only for myself, but
Put all those plates in the right place.
Not only for myself, but for Justin, because this is the first time Justin's ran tractor treads.
Mm-hmm.
First time he had a stack. First time he did a lot of things. You know, usually them guys, they don't like to do all that fancy stuff because they don't think it does anything.
Right.
But let me tell you what, a set of tractor tires helps.
Oh yeah. Would have saved me this weekend.
That's what I had on my car. You know,
Yep.
I bought mine last year. They're $115. Why not buy them?
Right.
Yep. Yeah,
I've had them for 2 years
I'll
now.
be investing the money this year.
Donnie had them on his car.
It ain't going to get me again.
Tractor
that's for sure.
treads on the front of his car.
Yep.
That's what Donnie has on it. Just about everybody's running tractor treads now because I couldn't. Like the first year I won 4 cylinders at Waterloo, that's why I almost lost, was because both of my tires fell off the car.
Right.
And all I had was rims. So
Yep. Yeah, it's a crazy weekend, man.
So did you? You're in the middle of a thought, Toby, but we got sidetracked.
Yeah, it's all right. You know, just
He's
everybody complains about, you know, and everybody says Tim's a sandbagger and Tim does this and Tim does that. No, Tim does a lot for not only himself but the community. For, you know, anybody should go up and ask him, hey, can you help me out with this? Can you give me a little information on this? Yeah, no problem. What you need?
couldn't tell you how many parts I lend out.
Yeah,
I don't never get them back most of the time.
You know, and
which I don't expect to. Cage material.
Yeah.
If anybody comes to me and says, "Hey, can you weld a bar behind my seat?" No problem doing it. I will not charge you $1 because that's for safety.
Right.
I'll even supply you the bar. I don't care.
No kidding.
What's this change for you going into next year, going into the summer season?
I mean, we got one more show this year. Next year's going to be a whole different ball game. I learned a lot this year. Went through a lot. It'll be a change for sure. We'll be back at Waterloo next year with a big car.
He wants to finish second to me.
No, we're we'll see about that.
Do you still have your green New Yorker?
No, that's long gone.
Is it?
Yeah, she started getting rusty fast, and I needed a new truck, so she went.
Gotcha. Well, you did well.
Thank
Nice
you.
job.
One more. I gotta give a shout out to Ron McMillan. He brought me to
there's
the
no
Derby.
Ronnie.
He inspires me a lot. You know, I've been watching him for years, and it was just great to have him there again.
He come down. He was at the house almost every day last week, helping us out.
With his new hip.
Words of wisdom. He's got the words
Ronnie
of
knows.
wisdom.
Oh yes, he does.
I battled Ronnie.
And it's
does.
not only derby pointers. If you're down, he'll pick you right back up.
Oh,
He does
absolutely.
not care. All he wants, seeing Ron at the derbies is like seeing a little kid.
Oh my god,
He
yeah. I had the
loves
biggest
it.
smile on my face. I miss seeing all the old guys there. You know, growing up watching Ben and Ron and Nick and my dad, and it's nice to see him still hanging around.
Right.
He told him down for him.
Was your dad there?
No,
No.
that's a sore subject.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, I got Tim. I got Tim now. That's all that matters.
Right. Is there? I know you made mention of Ronnie. Was there anybody else that you wanted to make mention of to help get the car? there?
My mom for sure, because she's a wreck every time I get in that car.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
just you know, having her there, the patience she has to watch me run. Tim, I mean, if it wasn't for Tim, I wouldn't even know where I'd be. I wouldn't have all these wins. I wouldn't know the information I know. That's really about it. Jess, got to thank his wife Jess for painting my cars,
Putting up with all of our stuff.
putting up with all of our nonsense. The 20 cars in and out of the driveway throughout the summer.
Right. Very
It's
good.
rough. It's rough.
probably should have bought a house a little farther outside of town.
I think so. I'm thinking about still buying one and just living at the one in town. Just have the other house to keep stuff at.
There you go.
I didn't hear the motors as clearly this year.
I was trying to be nice.
I
got a few cop buddies now, so I'm trying to keep them on my good side.
Did you run the new motor this year? Is that the one you won with, or?
No. Dad wanted me to pull it. I'm like, Dad, there's nothing wrong with that one. Let's just leave it alone. That motor's brand new too. Let's just leave it in there. We'll run it next year. So it's in the shed. She's ready to go.
That's one of the things I wanted.
I got to put a new distributor in it because he stole it for his race car. But
that's all right. So he's ready for that.
No, he already took the distributor out of it because we needed one for the race car in a pinch. And I'm like, well, we got a brand new one right down the road at the shop. He's like, well, I'm like, the one we just put in the 283. He's like, go get it. So we got to get a new distributor for it. But other than that, it'll be ready.
That's cool.
Next year. I might put that in the car that I just got. We'll see. I like my motor I got now. I don't know. She didn't give up on me. Wayne's gave up on him a little bit.
I was wondering if he broke.
I thought he broke fuel pump. But did you see the flames?
Yeah,
that's what made me think either fuel pump or the distributor. Something don't like something there.
I texted him yesterday and asked him, and he said he hadn't even really looked at it.
No, it's still on the trailer. Mine is too. Mine's on Dad's trailer. He called me before I came here, and he's like, you forget about that car on my trailer? I'm like, no, Dad, I'll be out tomorrow. Take it off, and I'll take your trailer down and wash it. That's mud all over the trailers. They're just... last year was so much better with the way that they scraped the track. There was no mud left, no nothing.
I mean,
this year...
everybody was getting plastered in the face.
Did you see the picture of Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne.
That was nothing. He had a 5-pound
clump
of mud come through his helmet. He couldn't breathe. That's how hard it hit him in the face. He had to rip everything off, and he was just so he could breathe again.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Heavy track.
So tell me about your week
Me?
at the Seneca County Fair.
Me?
Between the let's start with the
Start Wednesday?
headline class. Let's start with Wednesday. Sure.
Let's start with Wednesday.
Wednesday wasn't the.
Wednesday was a riot. So we went down Wednesday. We took my 4-cylinder Camry from last year. Mm-hmm. I had the intentions on running the figure 8 with it. Just to go out there and see what was what.
Right.
I brought my heat car from last year, my Cutlass. And then I brought a minivan. Well, instead of running the figure 8, me and Dad got to talking. And I said, Dad, what do you think about me running the 4-cylinder with the big cars? I'm not scared. What's the word? It's got a cage in it, you know. He's like, well, what are you going to do?
What's going to happen?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said, pretty much. And he says, well, why do you want to do that? I'm like, well, because if I qualify with that car, they always run the big cars in the second heat. If I qualify in the first heat, Wayne can take my car out in the second heat if we both register it. And then he can get the chance to qualify it. He says, why not? Let's give it a shot. Let me tell you what. I was ready to bring that same Camry back on Saturday because that thing did not move.
Not the littlest bit.
That was fun. Me and Chucky Bowman, I thought he was going to be mad at me at the end, but he come over with the biggest smile on his face, and he was like, oh my God, that was so much fun. I wish you would have hit me again. I'm like, I tried. They stopped me.
Was that with he had that Bonneville?
Yeah.
And then the happiest guy I know was your
Oh yeah, he just wants to get hit, and everybody's like, why'd you hit him so hard? I'm like, listen, if I did not hit him that hard, he would have been mad at me.
Oh yeah,
he would have been. He would have been mad at me. And then so Wayne
pulled that punch, he'd have been out of the car.
Yeah, exactly. And then so I ended up winning with that, qualified. So Wayne took out my other car, and that thing just stock Olds motor, and it runs like crap anyways. So we put a Holly on it and all this and that, and it kind of helped it a little bit. But so Wayne went out in that. He actually ended up winning with that. Went out in the junk run. It was me, Kyle, Kale, Joe Vanny, and I want to say it was Jeremy Warner.
Yeah.
Was it him, Jeremy Warner?
Yeah, I heard that name. After the fact.
My van didn't really do so hot. I ended up taking second to Kale, but the center of my van buckled up.
Really?
Inside was like a V inside on the floor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I really couldn't move that great at the end, and Kale just full tracked me. So I was just like, it is what it is. So that was a good night, and then went obviously Saturday. Saturday I took a truck, full size car, 4-cylinder, and then the chain and bang. And then they ran the 2 heats, and then they ran the trucks. Well, there was only 3 trucks. Me, Kyle, and Joe Vanny. Mm-hmm. They went off. We left the line. Me and Kyle both kind of, Kyle actually hit Joe, and I kind of just like bumped into both of them and just was like pushing. And then Kyle backed off, and then I seen Kyle coming with a head of steam, so I just waved him on, and he drove right up the back of me. And then I drove away from him, come down the track, hit him head on. When I hit him, his motor set up. As soon as I hit him, his motor locked up. And then I backed up, hit Joe, and he was done. So that literally lasted like a minute, 30 seconds. I had like 5 days building that truck, which, I mean, it's not nothing, but for a minute, 30 seconds, kind of was like, I don't even really want this trophy.
What'd you get paid for that?
5. Not bad. It's not bad.
Okay, I'd take it.
Yeah. And then,
Let's see.
yeah.
Keep going.
What's the math?
I'm doing it.
3,000 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, about that.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
About.
Uh, 60. Yeah, it's $30,000 an hour.
And then, I wish. The compact show was literally right after the trucks. Mm-hmm. Like, everything was just moving so fast. Like, I literally got out of my truck,
the truck's
parked
still
it.
good. You can drive the truck again next year, right?
I don't know. As soon as I shut it off to go up on stage and all that, and I got back in the truck to drive it off, it acted like it didn't want to run.
Yeah.
If I held it to the floor for like, a couple seconds, it would eventually catch up to itself. Right. And then as soon as I put it in drive, it'd fall right back on its face. So it's at Corey Luke's house. I'm not even worried about it right now.
362 days to fix that.
Nope. Actually, we're going to send it. We're going to go somewhere else.
Oh, cool.
I'm not going to drive it. Toby's going to get his first experience in a truck.
Nice. You're going to like that.
Oh, I've been waiting a long time.
As long as the sponsor's cool with it, I'm cool with it. So we got a sponsor for the truck. So
then you had 4 cylinders.
Yep, 4 cylinders. That was. I got out of my truck at my pit where I parked the truck. I had to run from the truck to the compact because I was first in line and I was blocking everybody in because everybody was in rows, so nobody else could get out until I got there. So I jumped in my car for that, went out for that, and I gave Andy Lee a car. That he ran my other 4-cylinder Camry that I ran on the heat night, and then Toby. And I was talking to Andy Lee, and I told Andy Lee, I said, I'm telling you right now, top 5 is going to be me, Big D, Donnie Hartzell, Toby, and I picked Corey Luke's with the bug because he brought another bug.
Right.
But something happened, that one got hot quick. He actually lost his whole core support. Ooh. Don't know how. The core support's gone. We can't even find it.
That's impressive.
Yeah, the core support it fell out of the car and disappeared. So that was fast paced. That was real fast paced, and I was just.
Yeah. It hurt.
That was the hardest hitting one yet down there, and I'm still feeling it.
Oh yeah.
And
at what point did you know that you had that one locked up?
When Donnie's car went back up, because I could go forward, but the last hit that we made, we went head to head. My shifting cable, everything broke off inside the car, and all I had was drive. And I was trying to pull the shifter, push the cable, but it wouldn't go anywhere. So, and Donnie was trying, I was trying, and they just called it. So,
how many compacts did they have?
Like 25, if that, maybe. But last year there was 40. Year before was 30-something. But with the chain and bang class, a lot of guys that normally run 4-cylinders, they jumped to the chain and bang because the chain and bang was honestly a faster build.
Yeah.
Even though you can't do, like, the rules are pretty much the same, other than tires and welding the doors and stacks. You couldn't run stacks in chain and bang. But other than that, the rules are pretty close.
How many did they have for chain and bang?
What'd they have, Kayla? Like
there was 20 cars.
20 in the chain and bang?
Yeah.
So I mean that's
not bad.
So yeah, so if you would put everybody back together, so half this field split.
Gotcha. So
it was good. It was a good hard hitting show. Like I said, it come down.
Really, I mean, when you think about how congested that track gets when they put the 40 compacts out there, anyway.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I like the idea of thinning.
Well, then they came out with a new rule this year. Listen to this one. Okay. In the drivers' meeting on Saturday, they say, depending on how many cars are left on the track, you have a minute to make contact. And then When they get down, you have a minute to make contact. After you make a hit, you have a minute to get to a moving and running car to make qualifying hit, which is normal, a minute. When you get down to a certain amount of cars left running, it's 30 seconds. So who makes that call? How do you know when you're at 30 seconds? And they don't care if you're blocked in or not. You got to push your way out of piled up cars in 30 seconds to make a hit. That's the new rule they came up with.
I got some bad news for you. That's actually a thing. There's other places that do that.
Yeah, but who makes the call?
The officials.
Yeah, but they don't even know. We asked them how many cars you're going to do that with, and they said, "Oh, we'll make the decision." So is it 15 cars? Is it 5 cars? Or
Clarity.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So at one point, I got down to the far end of the track, which would be the east side. So
Turn 1 or turn 4?
Turn 4.
There you go.
So turn 4. I was down there and actually got kind of like a bunch of cars followed me in, and then they didn't move again.
You don't say.
Yeah, exactly. So and luckily Corey Lukes was still in his car. He popped it right in neutral, and I just pushed him and another car out of the way and went back down the other end. But that's like, how do you know when the 30 seconds starts to apply?
Sure.
Because if it applies for me, is it going to apply for the next guy?
Was that for all classes?
All classes.
Mm-hmm.
My humble opinion, I wouldn't think you'd ever need that rule at Waterloo.
Yeah.
No,
because
there's places that you do need it.
Yeah, but Waterloo isn't one of those. They're usually on it pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the 4-cylinder took the longest, but it was the fastest pace.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Would have me and Donnie have 5 minutes running against each other before we were done?
Yeah.
Everybody, and like I said, the top 4 ended up being myself, Hartzell, Big D, and then Toby, as I called it.
I can't believe Big D from Syracuse, or the one from I was going to say Big D from Syracuse. I got to imagine him in a compact car.
No, Big D from out here, Damien. Okay. He built himself another Camry again this year, and actually this is his last year. He says he's all done. He just wants to kind of help support shows, kind of be like a sponsor kind
That's
of thing.
Cool.
He wants to buy cars, put people in them. He's got a lot. Cool. He's a busy guy. Damien's a busy guy. He's never sitting still. I'm at work. I go to work at 11. He's on his phone at 2 a.m. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, writing up invoices. Go to sleep, dude.
Right.
Sounds like Chris Marquardt.
So then we had the full size.
Let's we're gonna do this quick spot. We'll come back to full size and do chain and bank stuff. We got Kayla coming on to talk about the chain and go as well. Smash Demolition Derbies has another busy week in front of them. Online, you can find more information about Smash Demolition Derbies at smashitderby.com. July the 27th is the Shelby County Fair in Sydney, Ohio. 5 o'clock start time. That's part of the I-75 Points Championship Series. End of your wire class, compact, street stocks, trucks, and Power Wheels on the card there. The same night, another one of those doubleheaders for Smash Demolition Derbies. The Preble County Fair goes off in Eaton, Ohio. Start time is 5 o'clock for the Power Wheels. Then the compact, street stocks, trucks, and end of your pro stocks will be on the card at 6 o'clock. Again, 6 o'clock start time for the regular derby at Preble County Fair. July 29th, Greene County Fair in Xenia, Ohio. 7 o'clock start time there. Street stocks, full size, compacts, 80s and newer pro stock, Smash It mowers, and Power Wheels on the card at the Greene County Fair. And kicking off the month of August is the Auglaize County Fair in Wapakoneta, Ohio. 7 o'clock start time. That, again, is part of the I-75 Points Championship Series. The 80s wire class, street stocks, mini cars, Power Wheels, and the street stock team heat is also on the card. Running through the end of the season for Smash Demolition Derbies, the Blizzard Bash event, again scheduled for the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka, Kansas. November the 6th is going to be the heat draws. The pit party runs from 7 until 10. That is in Vendors Road. November the 7th is the qualifying rounds for both the national and qualifying bracket teams. November the 8th is going to be the national and qualifying round 2 for both of those brackets. November the 9th will be part of the Twin Bill Busy Day. Compact and limited weld team heats will go off first, then all the Team B features, trucks, limited weld one and done will set the stage for November 10th Championship Sunday. All the Team A mains will be scheduled for November the 10th. If you want more additional details, you can jump online at blizzardbash.com. Really looking forward to getting to that one. Right.
What's up?
I lost the one of the files here. I'm just hoping that didn't start playing. It did.
Come on, Chris
I
Marquardt.
know, right? There it goes. Got it. So Tim is anxious to talk about the big news of the weekend was that the stock class win. I mean, with the chain and bang and everything, the way that some of the different stuff had played through, there was some challenges in terms of what we were going to see, but nonetheless, we've got you on deck here to talk a little bit about that. So
Listen,
fill us in on.
That's not me.
I know it's not. That's got a couple
Difficult.
I'm things you keep talking.
All right, so
You were about talking about derbies.
yeah. The full-size feature. There's always been a dream of mine to win the full-size feature at Waterloo. And I've always said if I win it, I'll retire.
But
The crowd said no.
Crowd
I took a crowd vote. They said no. I asked my kids, you know what my son told my wife? Mom, be quiet. We're just getting started.
that's awesome.
And my son has no interest in derbies unless I am on the track.
Yep.
That is the only time. If it doesn't have anything to do with Fortnite, he don't want to talk about it. So, first off, if it wasn't for my old man, there's no way I'd be able to do it. And honestly, this year I feel that my luck this year is because of him. Since he went back racing, he's been winning quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yes.
But when my dad comes home, because he camps up there Friday night, because we don't get done till 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
So he's got his camper up there. He stays in his camper and then drives home Saturday. On his way home Saturday, he stops in Border City. He washes his car. He gets home. Car comes off the trailer in the garage. All the tires off, body's off, car's up on jack stands. Every week. No matter what. Every week, about Wednesday, I get a picture. The car is completely tore apart. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Nothing's wrong with it. But that's how you find stuff. Because I took a picture. I took a note out of his book. Once I started seeing him do that, I started bringing cars back home. Because I started building cars 3 months ago for Waterloo. I started bringing cars back home, and I started noticing stuff that I missed.
Oh, yeah.
So if honestly, paying attention to detail is a big thing this year with me, honestly. And we actually missed a few things on Toby's car that we shouldn't have missed. Like his axle tube, actually the factory welds came loose, so the axle tube is actually spinning inside the housing. We couldn't figure out why. When we look at the car, at one point, there's no clearance between the front and the tire. And then at other points, it's got plenty of room. We couldn't figure it out. Well, we figured it out after we watched the video.
Oh, at what point in the video the whole
tire
thing
just
goes
just
crazy?
Spinning. Yeah. So, and also, over the years, Jake Doyle, Brett Raleigh, Donnie Hartzell, all of their words of wisdom on, you know what you're doing. You're a hell of a driver, but you need to slow it down or pick better shots or pay attention to what you're doing. Because before, I would just go into the pile and not care who was coming in behind me. Not at all. But let me tell you what, this year, you'd be lucky if one person got behind me as I was coming in.
Yep.
And by the time I made a hit, I was already gone. Every time. But, back to that I don't even know, it was an honor to come down to me and my brother, just because he's already won at Waterloo. Was it one time or two times? Once at Waterloo. And I've never won Waterloo. I've won Penyan, I've won Canandaigua. Waterloo's my hometown track. I will always take cars there, no matter if I'm driving them or if I'm not. That is just, I have no problem supporting my hometown fair. Plus, it's 30 seconds from my house.
That comes in handy.
Yeah, that's real convenient.
And I don't mind putting other people in cars. I gave Andy Lee a car to run because he asked me, he says, "Hey man, you think you guy can run your leftover?" Have at it, man. It's right there. Well, I don't have no place to work on it. Right here, bub.
Yep.
Come down here. We got everything you need. We got welders, torches, whatever you need. Just put the car back together. It don't need none. Needs a tire. Kale showed up for feature night. No feature car. I said, "Why didn't you tell me you didn't have a car, Kale?" Well, been busy. Well, me too, but get in your truck, go to my dad's, pull my heat car back out of the woods. I just put it there. I'll take a battery with you. It'll fire it up, drive on the trailer. Came back down. He went out in the feature. I'm all about, I don't even know. I want everybody to run. I don't care. I want everybody to run. When Hartzell couldn't make it out to the track, there was 30 guys at his car trying to get it to start. I think his starter took a crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had literally just was at his pits talking to him. He started the car, drove it over to where you pull out on the track. The loader actually had to get through, so he had to start it again and back up. Well, he backed up and it wouldn't start again. It just kept zinging.
That sucks.
Yeah. But there was literally like 30 guys, and that's how it should be.
Oh, yeah.
That is how it should be at every derby. Mm-hmm. I don't care who wins, who loses, nothing like that. But and then we get so that's the full size, and it was an honor, like I said, to come down to me and my brother and Ian. We're all family, and then we get to the chain and bang.
Yep.
I win every class all night long until she pulls on the track.
And guess what?
She pulls on the track and she beats me. I almost had a clean sweep. But it honestly, she rocked me. And I felt that one. When she hit me at the end, I felt it. It hurt.
Well, she has been watching Donnie for a while.
I know.
And it's been 8 years since you drove, Kayla. Congratulations on the win.
Has
Thank
it been
you.
that long since you've been
Yeah, I won in Canandaigua in
I remember.
4-cylinder heat one time.
Yep. The Subaru.
Nope, I had a little K car. Bill Twist gave it to me to run.
Mopar, baby.
Yep.
Yep, I loved that thing. It was awesome.
It's the first time Mopar will be referenced on this episode. Probably the only time.
That'd be like that.
But take us through it. I mean, it wasn't. It was certainly no easy task. It was the first year for this division. 80s and newer cars had to be front wheel drive.
4 and 6.
So no 8-cylinder cars. So it wasn't going to be particularly rough. It was going to come down to being able to drive it.
Yep. Donnie had the car. He contemplated on giving it to Austin for a while, and I said, no, I really want to run it. And he's like, oh, all right, I guess if you're really going to do it. He's like, you have to put the work into it. I'm not doing the work. I said, that's fine. So I put the work into the car. Austin helped me. Kurt helped me. Donnie helped me a lot. He really did help me a lot. I got there, I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I will not lie. I was definitely nervous. I was the only girl on the track. There was 19 other guys.
Yep.
So.
And everybody says, how come you don't hit her as hard as you hit everybody else? Because I'm not an asshole. What do you mean? I'm not out there to hurt people, first off. I got kids. She's got kids. Well, how come you don't hit her as hard as you hit the guys?
I definitely got rocked pretty good by a couple
people.
Oh, yeah,
you definitely did. I watched the video last night at work.
My elbow got stuck in between my seat and my console one time, and I was, like, ready to freak out.
That's the worst. Because, like, my helmet has a mohawk on the top of it, and in the 6-cylinder chain and bang car, I don't know what is right above my head, but it kept getting stuck there, and as I was getting hit, like, my whole body would go, but my head would stay there. Because the mohawk, I ripped it off. It was horrible.
Austin said to me, did the bill of your helmet get stuck on the steering wheel? I said, no. I said, never, not once did it. Because I had a motocross helmet on.
I don't know what Austin's doing.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anybody that's listening at home. I heard that Tim didn't hit you because he didn't want to piss you off. Because if you went after him, you'd have trashed him.
Wow.
That's what I heard.
She does work for my boss. No, I'm not like last year with Mackenzie Lukes. I'd never full tracked her. I'm not out there to hurt nobody, and I'm definitely not going to, just because they're a girl, I'm not going to go after them. There was girls in the 4-cylinder class that I never touched.
I only full track people I'm related to.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. And Toby. I like hitting Toby.
I've been in that same thing, though. I mean, like, the year I won Waterloo the first time, I had an Imperial, and there was a girl out there in, like, a 6-cylinder compact in my heat. And I'm like, what do you, why is she out here to begin with? And, like, those cars even, I mean, they're hard to kill. So it's going, I mean, there was a decent amount of cars in the heat that night. But, like, I remember being down at the turn 4 end, and I'm pounding cars in, and I backed all the way up to the starter stand, and Ralph Sr. was still in charge. And I said, Ralph, I'm not going to hit her. Literally, the top of her roof was even with my door in the Imperial. And I'm like, I'm not going to hit her.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to do something. And I'm like, so I ended up, a guy, I can't remember who it was, but somebody blasted her and then backed away. So I hit him, and then we got hung up. And they ended up giving her the win and gave me best of show. But
listen, it's not just because they're girls. Because, like, Jill Doyle, she rocked me one year. I owe her one. No, but honestly, it's just... It's more of a respect thing. Yeah, if they're going to come, not because girls shouldn't be out there, because they should be.
Yeah.
But if they're going to run, why would you want to go out there and have everybody after them? Because that's, from where I watched in the video, everybody went after her.
Yeah.
because she was the only girl on the track, and I don't feel that was the way it should have been.
I had a lot of people come up to me and tell me, I'm not going to come up and hit you. You're Donnie Hartzell's old lady, or you're a girl, blah, blah, blah. I was out there just to have fun, just like you guys all were. I didn't care if I got hit, but I did get rocked pretty good a couple times.
Who hit you? Who gave you that one?
Jamie Duffy hit me pretty good.
Dude, Jamie Duffy rocked me.
That's when I got my elbow stuck in between my seat and my console. And I'm not sure who the kid was in the orange car, but I did about a 180. He came down.
Well, at that point, you thought it was down to about the last 3 or 4.
Well, they had stopped the Derby, and they told us it was me, Timmy, and Austin. And I said, okay. Well, Austin and I took off down towards the other end because I knew this one was coming. And next thing I know, I'm spinning around, and I'm like, holy crap, he got me good. And I'm like, wait a minute, that guy's not supposed to be in.
Yeah, that orange car, if you watch the video, Kayla and Austin take off down this way along the front stretch wall.
Yep.
And then I'm coming through from the flagger side, cutting through a pile of dead cars, and I look, and this orange car is coming like a bat out of hell. Mm-hmm. I just locked him up, and I followed him in, and after I hit him, his car was like this.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
he land-based her at that point. And
he got me really good in the back end. Yeah.
And Austin got stuck.
Austin's
he lost reverse.
No, he didn't. Austin's shifter got locked into safety, and he couldn't get it back out.
That sucks.
Yep, it does.
So he
was pretty upset.
That was on the heels of that same hit?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
all that
that guy pushed him straight forward, almost straight into the wall. Yeah.
We lost 2 cars with 1 hit.
Yep.
That's a good hit.
So, I mean, you see that happen.
It was a good hit. I will give the guy the credit.
He was moving. Because for me to lock my brakes up, he was moving. And I seen him coming. I just locked him up and let him go. And then I come following him behind him.
And that's when it was down to you and I.
Yep. And then we went back down to the other track because there was more room.
Yep.
And my training was just
smoked.
It was junk. That car was sitting for over 3 years at my dad's. And finally I was just like, I might as well run it because it's going to rot away. And Dad said he could tell that it was getting weak throughout the thing because, like my 4-cylinder, I was pushing 3 cars down the track. I couldn't push 1 car with that car.
Yeah.
It was just junk.
So, I mean, now you go from 4 and you're down to 2. Now what's going through your mind?
Junk Tim.
Yeah. Well, in my head, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I better win this. Donnie's going to be so mad if I don't. No, he wouldn't have been mad. No, I just figured I would just give it my all and see what happened.
She definitely did.
I tried. I definitely tried. I was so excited when they flew that checker flag over the top of my car.
Yeah, because they were going to stop you from hitting me. I'm like, oh, keep coming. Let's go. Push me.
They did, too.
Because I had a flat tire, too, so I was trying to get mine moving, and they're trying to tell her to stop, and I'm like, no, tell her to keep going.
Yep.
And then I don't know what happened, but something shorted out, and all my wires inside the car started
He came over and told me to stop for a second, and he couldn't get his car to run anymore, and that's when he flew
every
the flag.
wire inside the car started smoldering.
So did you get position and start pushing in the back?
Yeah. I came up from the front, from the grandstands wall, and he was up by more like the stage, and I hit him. And then I got spun back around this way because he came back and hit me one more time, and we were lined back to back, and I hit him a couple more times.
She put it right to the dirt. The old 600 Camry went right down after that.
That's awesome.
And then at the end of the night, Donnie pulled it back out with his rollback and put it on the trailer for me.
He did. Yep, he did.
That's how it's supposed to happen.
It was great. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way because, like I said, it's an honor, first off, to finish with Donnie in the compacts. Anyways, because me and Donnie, we've always ran good together. And then for Kayla to come back after not running for 8 years and after the night I was having, and she waxed me, believe me. I'm telling you, the hits that she was giving me, they hurt.
I will tell you this. My first derby, I hit the brakes a lot, and Donnie told me, he said, if you hit the brakes one time because you're scared, he goes, I'm stopping it and you're getting out. He said, so don't hit the brakes. I only hit the brakes twice because I thought I was going to hit someone in the driver's door. That was it.
I actually plowed somebody in the driver's door, but it was their fault because I hit them. And listen, I'm backing down the track, and I caught the front of their car, and I literally watched the kid. He turned his wheel so the rest of my car would hit him in the driver's door, and he threw his hands up.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Throw in the door.
Yeah. So I drove right out of it, and I went like this to Ralph. I'm like, see ya. I went back down to the other end.
You won before at Canandaigua. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a little bit different situation. 20 cars.
It was a feature win. It wasn't just a heat win because the last time it was a heat win, and then we never. It wasn't that we got qualified for the feature. It was like an extra night at
Ontario County Fair.
Yeah, it was like an extra bonus night or something like that we ran.
So
Yep.
interesting that this is the first time in the modern era of Demolition Derby that a woman has won an open class at Seneca County.
Mackenzie won last
Mackenzie
year.
won last year.
She beat me in the 4-cylinder, me and Donnie.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that.
Yeah, she did.
Well, I'm wrong there, so.
That was the other girl they were all complaining that I never hit.
Oh,
I can't
But
hit
you
her if
did-
she's
you
standing
did
next to
hit
me the whole
me.
time.
You
but,
did hit me.
But Mackenzie literally was stuck to my door the whole time last year. I couldn't hit her. But Kayla, she stayed at one end, I stayed at the other end, and then like we were bumping and stuff, but I never full tracked her.
No.
And I didn't have a shot to full track her. Austin, I got Austin a few times.
yeah.
Well, because we ended up being like right next to each other. Well, somehow we ended up being right next to each other down in turn 4 end, and he kept bumping me, I kept bumping him, then I pushed him, he pushed me, and then I took off to the other end. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I was honestly done. I didn't even want to run that show. I was done for the night. I was beat. I literally had to run to every single car to go out, and it was just.
You know, I've noticed even on nights. I mean, I've only won the big show twice, but usually when you get done running the stock heat, you're just exhausted because you've put everything into that car. That's your car. That's the one you love. That was
my baby,
and it's your hometown. And
my brother's already talking about cutting it up, and I'm like, I don't want to yet.
and
nine times you wanted to finish the night in that car, and the way
that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to finish in my big car. That's what I wanted to do because I built that car last year,
right?
You know, and me and my dad, we put a new front clip on. We pulled the nose down. He rebuilt my carburetor. All like that's
me
and him.
Do you have an adrenaline dump getting out of the big car and going to the next one after you win that, or does everything?
Well, that's
reset?
what I said. That's why, I was saying, like when we were done with the full size, and they're like, "Yeah, chain and bang's up next," and I'm like, I don't really want to run. I was almost ready to give Toby my car and just tell him to go out and just send it because I'm like at that point I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen after the full size feature.
Yeah, he was beat too. None of us wanted to. It was a long night. It was hot.
That's the thing. I mean, you get done. For me personally, I
don't
done
run
at
power
Waterloo.
steering in my big car. I don't know if you do.
No, I don't either.
So I mean, that's a lot trying to turn them big cars. And then I blew my brake lines, everything. So I had to actually pay attention for driver's door, everything.
Yeah, but I mean, me personally. Usually, I'm done. You know, like I said, I've won it twice. So the other 30 times I've ran it, I came away pissed off at the world.
Tim got more wins in one night than you have in your entire career.
Oh my god!
Not big car.
I do got you beating big car wins though. I do. I got 5. I got 4 or 5 big car wins. Right?
I'm right there with you.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
He's got Brewerton,
Utica Rome,
County,
2 Seneca County.
I thought there was one more in there, but I can't remember where.
Yeah, I remember.
So I got 4.
4 or
4,
5.
I think I got 4.
But
One at Penyan, 2 at Canandaigua, and 1 at Waterloo.
But yeah.
Kayla
One last year, and then a few years ago he got one.
Yeah, I won it years ago with an Imperial, then I won 2 years ago.
What about the time it came down to you and Ben on that Wednesday night? They canceled that Wednesday night. And then
He won that.
Oh, they gave it to him?
Yeah, Ben won that one. That was a fun show. But no, I'm usually, I mean, you know, the last few years things have calmed down a little bit. But like I can remember running at Waterloo one night when it was 100 out, and my brother-in-law had just bought a house over on Taylor Ave, and he's like, "If you guys want, we can come over and hang out." And we went and hung out in his pool till like 2:00 in the morning, just standing there relaxing, letting, you know, just.
I said, Dad brought his race car trailer. We had the pop-up canopies. He had
another
pop-up next to it with a whole table full of food, and he had the big old shop van on top of the trailer and the generator running. I mean, it was like we were at a cookout over there.
See, how can you compete with the Ellisons? These high-dollar guys, I don't know how you can do it. I just, you know.
Listen, last year we went to the state fair. We brought them AC fans. They got the water's pockets inside of them.
Yep.
Oh, man. I told Dad, I said, why can't we get those again?
Does that qualify you for the state fair?
I don't
There's
know.
no state fair.
Yeah, there's in the state fair,
I
remember?
thought James still did a state championship.
Where?
At the state fair.
They didn't give us nothing.
No.
No, we didn't get anything that said that.
One year down
Hamburg.
about where they are, and it didn't. They had a
Hamburg.
black car show up.
And it
Yeah,
did.
Hamburg.
Yeah, they
I
didn't say
wouldn't go
anything.
anyway, so
That'd be something for you to do. Put on New York State Championship.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Crash Course presents.
Let's do it.
Nope.
Man up.
At,
Man up.
where would you have it, Chris?
Where would I have it?
Yeah.
Dunkirk.
No, it's
Nah,
too
it's
far.
too far.
Well, you
I don't
asked.
travel. I don't travel. You're lucky I go to Canandaigua.
You know where I think would be a good place? Trumansburg.
Trumansburg would be a good option.
That's a nice track.
Yeah, nice stands.
Nice
I like their stands.
Camping. I think you could.
I don't hate Whitney Point either.
No,
That's
Whitney
too far.
Point's nice.
That's too far.
But the thing that's nice about
Point
that
isn't that
is
much different than
it's off.
Trumansburg.
I mean, it's off right off 81 for guys coming across the
Whitney
state.
Point, yep. It's you jump on 81 and you just go south.
Yeah, it's still too far. I'm telling you, I don't even like driving to Geneva. I didn't even want to drive here.
I believe it.
I hate traveling. I do.
So does that mean you're not building a car for cruising running in September?
I'm done. I'm done for the year. Waterloo is it for me, bub. I'm done for the year.
All that money. You're on that car you bought this year. There, win that. That's $3,000.
I'm done for the year.
And you pile up a couple more Chevys.
I gotta help Toby finish off his season still.
Where's that truck gonna
There's
go?
enough time. Paradise end of the year. Duh. Ellison's end of the year show.
No, I haven't decided yet. I gotta ask the owner, so it's up to him.
Who's the owner?
Big Jamie.
Oh,
Eldridge Inc.
gotcha. That's cool.
I gotta see what he says.
So in terms of the win and the chain and bang, that was more or less a hatchling of Donnie's idea, right?
Yes.
How did that all come about to begin with?
We were at Robson's garage with Desiree and Kyle one night, and Kyle Collinsworth happened to stop, and we said something about him trying to run a powder puff again. Mm-hmm. And Kyle's like, if I can get the numbers, we'll do it. He called Donnie over the winter time, and he said, let's sit down and figure out what we really want to do with it. So they ended up coming up with the Hartzell Chang and Bang. So Donnie sponsored it with Hartzell Towing. He made that homemade trophy, which is ridiculously heavy.
Right.
That she had to carry to the stage.
I was going to say, carry that back home, didn't you?
She had to carry it to the stage, and then she had to carry it back off stage.
No, I had to
and
carry
I got
it in
this
the shop
little,
at Kyle's.
Yeah,
and then they had to
little,
carry it back to the in Waterloo, yeah.
I got this light little plastic one.
So was it
Like,
sitting on-
Yeah.
Did you plan on keeping that at your house?
Everyone kept picking on Donnie and telling him that either Austin or I was going to bring it home.
Yeah.
And
So is it on the dining room table? Or
it's in my living room next to the computer desk. It is.
It won't last.
Because it'll crush the.
Yeah, you gotta have something heavy duty
My
on it.
3-year-old cannot move that one. So I'm pretty sure that will probably last. He rips the cars off all the other ones because he thinks that's cool to play with them. But that one he
I'll
can't
say that
wreck,
one that
so.
my dad made a few years ago, the one that looked like a guy.
Yeah.
That lasted in my living room for like 2 days.
Oh, we still have that one. We have one that looks like that, a little guy, and
Yep,
it's
and
still
you got
put together.
The barbecue too.
We do have the barbecue, and Donnie has one that has the crown on top with 2 cars.
Yep. Oh, I do like that.
The heavy hitter one. Yep.
I
He
like
has
the
that
one
one
that
too.
we did
That's
this
hanging up
year.
on the wall at the shop.
I like the one we did this year.
Yeah, that one's nice.
So not to completely change the subject, was Donnie running anymore this year, or is he out of town too much?
No, he's running again.
Where's he going to go?
Top
You'll
secret.
have to see.
Now I'm going to have to text him and ask him.
If she's not going to tell you, he's not going to tell
I'm
you.
sure
'cause
he'll
told
be
her
running
not to tell you.
Coos, so.
No.
Yeah.
I talked to him, I don't know, I was looking about taking a carburetor back to Brett's. We talked back and forth a little bit, and he said he was pretty busy and wasn't hitting as many shows.
He's definitely been working a lot. It was a 3:00 morning on Friday night getting cars done, and Saturday all day at the shop. And
I don't know how those guys do it. I really don't. Like I mentioned Tim, I had mentioned Donnie, but I don't know how they do it because like Donnie has built cars like that for 20 years.
We have done it. Donnie and I have been together for a while, and he has done that for a long time. Where he's
doesn't sleep and builds.
He doesn't sleep at all. He'll build, and 7 o'clock in the morning comes. He'll take an hour nap, and he'll get right back up, and he'll start all over again. So yeah, it's
I admire guys
I have to
do
give
that.
him a lot of credit for that.
I
A lot
admire
of
the
credit
guys
for
that
that.
do
We built Wayne's car in 2 days this year, and then Toby's car about 3 rebuilt it. Like I said, all my cars have been done, but bringing them back home, going through them, and last minute, brought home the minivan last minute, brought home the truck last minute. Actually, I had the truck before the van, so. But yeah, I'm not down with that whole early in the morning thing anymore. I used to be right down there with the twins down at Robson's at 5, 6 a.m. Sun's coming up, and we'd be passed out in a seat out of a car somewhere in the corner for 30 minutes until one of us wakes everybody else up again. And I'm just not no more. I can't do it no more.
Right.
Yeah,
Anybody that you want to make mention of? And I mean, I would imagine probably Smash on Motorsports and Hartzell Towing would have something to do.
Absolutely, I want to thank both of them, but Donnie's really a huge support and help to me being able to run. his sister Lisa really helped us a lot with not only Tucker, but with also helping me get my car done. And just everyone else who came out to the shop that, supported us on getting cars done this year. So, yeah.
You got more wins this year than Donnie does. Just saying. I don't want to rub any salt in an open wound.
I did tell Donnie that it took a girl to beat me.
You did, and you actually said that to me when you gave me a hug when we were all done. Yeah.
Nope,
That's awesome.
It was a great year. Waterloo's done, over with. I was gonna go play at Canandaigua this weekend, but Dad's got double races Friday and Saturday, so that's where I'll be. I'll be at the racetrack. But no, for me, just big ups to my wife. Honestly, that girl's out there torching, welding, stripping, wiring. I got her wiring now, and she's wiring up motors and stuff for me now. I mean, she's got it figured out.
That's awesome.
She Sunday morning she's out there picking up. I'm in the house passed out. She's out cleaning up the driveway. She's towing cars to the track now. I mean, with her envoy,
It helps to have a supportive partner.
It does. It really does. Because if not, I wouldn't do it. And actually, I asked my son the other day after Wednesday night. I said, "Are you proud of me?" He says, "Yeah, I'm proud of you. You did awesome." I said, "Good, because if you weren't proud of me, I wouldn't derby no more." He said, "Dad, if I wasn't proud of you, I wouldn't go watch." All right, bud. Awesome. But awesome. Between her, my little brother Austin, I battled 2 weeks with metal in my eye. The eye doctor said they got it out and had to go back a second time for them to get the rest of it out. I couldn't see for almost 2 weeks straight out of this eye.
That's dangerous.
Yeah,
that's
and
bad.
then
That's one of the top.
we did racing like that. We did building derby cars. I was welding, torching, grinding. I wore nothing but sunglasses for 2 weeks straight. And my little brother, he was supportive this year. He come down almost every day after working and helped me on cars, make sure everything was tightened up. And
cool.
Toby's there almost every day. Plus we work together, so we don't only do it at home, but at work we're like, all right, what do we got left? What needs to be done? And then my dad, big ups to him. My stepmom Nicole.
Awesome.
They're off. If it wasn't for family, why would you derby?
That's right.
That's right.
Good answer. We appreciate everybody coming in and being part of this one. I thought you were about to cough. I was just about to cut to you.
No, I'm good. So how about it, Chris Marquardt?
It's still hot in here.
It is. It got hot in here.
It always does.
Turn the AC off
It's about 1,000 degrees.
so we don't blow everything.
Yeah. You got to pick and choose when you decide to.
Chris, you're having some camera trouble tonight, bub.
That camera went down. That's what ended up getting me on the fluster when we were doing those ad drops. One of them froze up.
Mine did, yeah.
Yeah.
I seen it on the screen when you pulled it up. It was all like different colors.
Yeah, it's not good when that happens, but nevertheless we persevere. So we keep changing cameras. It became a 4-person show with a 3-camera production. But nonetheless, here we are.
At the old place, we had more cameras than that, didn't we?
No, we had
First did it?
We had one. No,
2.
we had the same. We had the same number. We had all these.
Yeah,
we had
there's 3.
When we were over there at the other place?
Yeah,
Yep.
we had this.
Just smaller. Maybe it was a
It
smaller
was
room.
Way smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was way smaller, and it wasn't nearly as hot.
Yeah, that AC ran all the time.
Yep. But thanks again for coming in. Congratulations on your wins. It's awesome. And Kale Wilkins getting the win in the junk run. I would have put a message out to him, but I had some confusion. I had you guys reversed, so
That's
I don't think he would have come.
He's probably busy
pretty
anyways. He went to Canada last night. Every
Yeah.
Monday he's off to Canada, so
cool. Good for
then
him.
he doesn't go to sleep and then works all day, and then he sleeps on like 6 hours of sleep a week. So he's up on. He only sleeps like 6 hours a week. I'm being serious.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. He
Couldn't do
probably
it.
wouldn't have made it. He's probably too busy anyways.
I get it, but it's no offense to him. But again, homecoming weekend, Seneca County Fair in the books again.
It was a great one.
Fantastic week of action. We're going to be back again next Tuesday.
Who won the RC Derby?
I'm glad that you mentioned that. Nikki Serino won the outlaw class, and Ryan Davenport got the win in the stock class.
Sweet.
Right?
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think
See, I've learned a lot from you, man.
I try.
Sooner or later, I'm going to be good.
Good. Then
I'm trying.
Then I don't have to do it anymore.
There you go.
If I'd quit sandbagging, it'd be all right.
That's going to do it for this one. We'll see everybody again next Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. That's going to do it for 283 of the Crash Course Podcast. It's going to do it for us here at the North Park Building in Academy Square. See you next time.
Crash Course Live is presented by
Smash It Demolition Derby, who host Bash for Cash, Blizzard Bash, and Capital City Carnage. Online at smashitderby.com. And Stirring Dirt Racing, hosts of May Mania's team show at the Golden Spike Arena in Ogden, Utah. Online at stirringdirtracing.com. Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel, and Derby Inc. Magazine. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York.